The Immortals stand with Fnatic's hearts in their hands as we are currently sitting at a 1-0 lead in the semi-finals, favorably to the Brazilians.
We're about to move from Inferno into Overpass, and this could be the beginning of the end. Fnatic have had the break now, and now they need to face Immortals on the map choice of the Immortals, which could be a very, very tough challenge.
Yeah, there's no laughing matter when it comes to Overpass for these guys. They are insanely good at it, the Immortals. Now, Fnatic, hey, they're not bad. They're fine at it. They're both okay, but it's not a map you instantly associate with them. It's not one that just goes, oh yeah, it's a great Fnatic map. It's fine. It's good. It's just not that good in comparison. These guys on the Immortals have a phenomenal win rate on it. They don't play it that often because it's only banned against them, to be completely honest. And yeah, as said, the online results for Fnatic weren't pretty. I think they played against Na'Vi a couple of times during the Pro League, and that goes about as well as expected, even though Na'Vi were in one of the downturns. But yeah, we're just going to see how this goes. Fnatic, if you want to win this has to go beyond your normal results. You have to play somehow further than expected.
Yeah, let's see. As we are just a few minutes away from jumping into the server, bringing you all of the action here in the semi-final at the DreamHack ASTRO Open 2017. And as you said, we are on Overpass. Fnatic currently with this lineup here, 12-8. So it's not a bad map, I should say, but it's not as good as, for example, the Immortals are on it, because it's a map that they historically have been good on. With this current lineup, which they don't have so many games to take it from, they're still doing well on it. 87.5%, 7-1.
Yeah, the last 3 months, only losing it once. That was to Heroic during DreamHack got open in Austin.
Yeah, that was a close one as well.
Yeah, they are a tough team to beat, considering they beat some of the best out there. It's kind of hard for you to see a way for them to get around this one. Beating out CLG, Luminosity, G2. They actually beat SK on this in OT. But yeah, really, they have a very, very diligent couple of scalps to add to the kind of collection for this one. So Fnatic, the task is yours.
Yeah, and what a task to give them. But it's on home turf. Fnatic, it's now or never for them to bring this one back into the hands of Sweden and take us into map number 3. If not, the Immortals are going to take that first or that second spot in the semi-final, and they're going to be facing off against their Brazilian brothers from SK. Now it's up to the guys here on the screen to take this one back.
And you've got to be feeling good if you're in their shoes currently, because you look at it this way, Inferno is not meant to be yours. You're okay on Inferno. It's a decent enough map, but it's not one that you should be comfortably going into against Fnatic, right? It's one of those, it's kind of, I guess, like a 70-30, right? It's in Fnatic's favor. You come in, you beat them on it. It was a close game, you take it away. And then you go into your comfort pick that you are very good on against tier 1 teams. It's not one of those where you just go, oh, I was in the NA Pro League, they beat, you know, like Rush or like the lower end of the kind of Pro League there. No, these are against some very good teams. So again, they hold a lot in their hands. The hope of this crowd, the hopes of having a Swede in the finals here at DreamHack, all comes down to this. Overpass map 2, of course, in this best of 3, there is still a chance we can go to that third map if Fnatic can somehow do this. Everything points to the Immortals, but it's all down to the boys in blue. Fnatic, the Swedes, have so much to achieve here.
Let's see here. 2 smokes, a Molotov and a flashbang. I'm very curious about how they're going to use a Molotov here. Flush it with it currently. JW. Passive control of his area. Bolt is pushing forward slowly. I'm not sure if I like this from Bolt, and he's going to be punished. That's way too aggressive on the CT side. But look at that push. Talking about aggressiveness. This is crazy.
How's Crim's alive? This is incredibly awkward. Oh god, Immortals, what are you doing? I've just hyped you up and you're doing this? Guys, please. No. 3 dead. Really weirdly dead, bearing in mind.
They don't even need the utility right now to have this execution work out. They're going to put it down anyways, of course. They're Fnatic, but look at this. Henny coming in.
Oh, it's working. It's a 2v2. He also knows that Olofmeister is behind him somehow. So the information is still there, but oh my word, Flusher goes down.
This is working out.
This is a disgusting round. This is not pretty CS. What is going on, Immortals? You feed 3 and then you decide you shut it down here? And look at the sneaky play as well. Henny getting towards the barrels by crouching over. Olofmeister doesn't see anything. He has no idea where these guys are. You don't expect someone at barrels at this point. He's trying to crouch to it, so he might be able to get a shot off. He needs to land it perfectly. No second chances. He does. Brilliant work. Can he be the savior of Fnatic in this round?
Oh, he has to check. He has no idea where the last CT is.
Oh, 1 shot will do it. Steals on like 12 HP. But Olofmeister does the for smoke. He has everything he needs. And that's the job done. Olofmeister saving Fnatic a lifeline after a terrifying round.
Yeah, not a good round from either team there, but Fnatic making it work in the end. Olofmeister. The cornerstone of the Fnatic lineup. Brings it home for them. Once again, Fnatic with the usual setup. 2 rifles, one of them an AK, and then a couple of UMPs, and, well, the MAC-10, of course. This time on Flusher. To get some frags, to get some money.
You can see the pinch towards Underpass about to happen as well. Could be problematic for JW, or he could just go free farming. One of the two. Actually, they back away from this, though. Immortals really hyper-aggressive at the moment.
Yep. It's probably, yeah, esport is taking this one down. Being taken out now by Dennis and Lucas as well. I think this might stem from the fact that they took this map, the first map, and they have so much confidence. This could either be very, very good for them or become a problem later on.
But how often will Fnatic ever have to deal with teams pushing them like this, or you know, not showing like that level of respect, right? Because it used to be Fnatic doing this, just running at people, not caring, just right in their faces, taking the fights. Now if Immortals are bringing that, you sit there in Fnatic, you're kind of taken aback a bit, you're flustered, you get a little bit like, how dare they try this? Do you know who we are? Like, come on, we're on home ground, you don't get to do this against us. So hopefully for Fnatic it fires them up, rather than getting into the wrong mindset.
Yeah, they are very experienced, Fnatic, so... In an ideal world, with logic in mind, this should not face them, but a game of CS in any competitive game in the world is not purely based on logic. Emotions count as well. Sometimes you do get irritated by stuff like this.
Oh, that's going to be frustrating, but Crims, that's imperative. Finding the double there and not allowing a trade to begin keeps this round actually pretty good for Fnatic, as long as they don't get complacent. Complacent will cost them this, but nice prediction as well from JW, knowing the short was the next threat. The MAC-10 was the initial threat, but now the P250's out, and that might just best that Glock, and he knows the other players on the site as well. Crims, oof, a close moment, but yeah, there you go. JW sums up my feelings to that round.
But nonetheless, a great round from Immortals. 4 kills, makes it down to a 1v1. In the end, of course, loses out, but still. This one from Crims, though, looking quite fine. And also winning out the round with a 3K. 2-0 for Fnatic. We see the Bison coming in from Wonderchild. I actually saw someone on Twitter or Reddit saying, like, I dare you to buy a Bison during the semi-final. Well, random CSGO fan, you have had your wish fulfilled. Here we go, Bison on JW right now, mowing down there in middle, and here it comes! Takes them all down!
Did the crowd just get excited?
That is just hilarious. I got excited.
I know, I can hear you very clearly.
Yeah, I like that Bison. It's my favorite gun.
See, I always want to say it in a French accent, even though it's not a French gun. Yeah? Bison?
Bison, oui.
It sounds good as a French
Un peu bison, s'il vous plaît. This is Sweden. We shouldn't speak French. But nonetheless, it's going to be JW to pick that up. Great round by him.
Yeah, really done. Really well done. Nothing too much really to say from that for the Immortals anyway. They're, you know, it was a light investment of a round for them anyway. They will now need to like chill out a little bit, right? They've been going for this hyper-aggressive play. First 3 rounds done. Now it's serious gaming time. We've got 2 MAC-10s left over on Fnatic, and then the double AWP coming through for the Immortals. So this is going to be the tough one.
Henny, aggressive peek towards Fountain. Doesn't see anyone. Will eat the nade. Turn out to 82 HP and spotted out. Still also in an aggressive posture, but forcing back, and even though he's flashed, he gets to the correct position. This is a ballsy move by Fnatic.
It's a really weird game. Yeah. Like, so much aggression everywhere. Like, look at bots. This is insane. I've not seen a game like this in a while, so this is exciting as hell. Henny as well going to find JW back away, find a new, more slightly safer angle. But more than anything, further lead of players sitting on the Immortal side.
Fnatic going for, well, pretty much the free round here with the 2 MAC-10s. Slowly trading them out now for AK-47s. Utility on some of the players and picking that up, and it will be enough to do an A execute, but the problem is there are currently 3 players on that bomb site. They do have 3 Molotovs as well, so if they can force them out and hold angles, they have a decent chance. That's the first one. Really nice. Henny on 35 close range up, but look at that! Henny making it work.
Henny is a god. 2 players remain. Olofmeister swept aside. Bolts doesn't care for that. Crims, got a 1v5, you feeling this? Because I'm not, Prims. I'm a big fan, but this is maybe a little too far. You could maybe get a couple, make it expensive, get a gun away. I don't know. But yeah, you can see instantly. Look at the response. Just trying to snap to these guys and hope for a connection, but they're just dancing around him. Not too fun. Praying for a bit of a cheeky headshot, but you're not going to get it. And there is the recovery from the Immortals. Aggressive, in their face, relentless. Speed, power, momentum, they've got it all.
Henny, really, really nice round. Close round here. This one is... that is just ridiculous. Fnatic, nonetheless, will have almost a full buy. One player, that's Dennis, putting the pistol guard on the Tech 9. I actually don't even
It's
mind.
fine, it's a full buy for Dennis.
Yeah, this is what he plays best with anyways. But they do have the AWP on JW, AKs on everyone else, so this is not a bad round for them either.
Ooh, but they've already crossed up here. This could be an issue. I think Dennis is very, very close by. I don't know if Henny heard something or whatever happened, but I'm glad he backed away for his sake. Otherwise, that Tech 9 would have ripped his head off.
Yes. JW just holding passively, and this is the first normal round, in my opinion, throughout this game, where Fnatic are saying, okay, we're not going to push aggressively anymore, and the Immortals aren't really doing that either. They're just holding back on the sides. They are having control over long and short towards A, for the most part, which is a bit aggressive, but it's actually what you would expect until the terrorists start to show their presence, or maybe try and smoke and flash or molly them out, then they can rotate back.
And he's starting to wonder about the timing. He's left long open without any vision for players who have to cross through, so he has to kind of keep a little bit of a tab on towards that. And it does mean that you kind of have to split yourself up a bit here, considering that the other player, Bolts, is still in underpass. No one else really by A. They're quite passive to this. But Bolts could be huge here. Catching one out of party. They just want an underpass. He knows this could be a possibility. And oh god, it's the AWP. But GW, no! He goes down! Losing out on the AWP in the least than ideal position. And now they're only down to 3 for Fnatic. That
was a big problem. A missed shot for from JW just caused us his very own death. And Olofmeister knows that Bolt is down here, and he will get the frag. Bolt with some damage as well. Olof on 12. 2 AKs and an AWP. And Lucas will just shut them down. He had a perfect game 1, or map 1, I should say. And he's continuing it now. 1 player remaining. Double AWP setup will be a guarantee for the CTs, and there we go. Lucas with the triple.
These sort of rounds make you get uncomfortable being Fnatic.
Yeah.
They make you feel like, all right, these guys have got something going here. They're confident. They're not playing, a humble game of CS. No. They're not going to sit down at this point. Bolt's here as well. If it was anyone else other than JW, and to be fair, JW does hit a fair of those shots, right?
Yeah.
He's still very good up close, but if there was a rifler down there, that could have been different. That could have opened up, but no, Bolts gets away with it. Really well positioned at the end. A bit of luck, I guess you could call it, but no matter what, it works out for them. Now Fnatic down to just pistols. Henny.
That's the double AWP we know. KNG and Henny. Deadly duo. There's not much to be done here by Fnatic. After winning that pistol, getting those 3 rounds, they're about to be reset. And here we go, 1 player left alive, that's Olofmeister. Let's see if he can make it happen against Henny. Not gonna happen, there we go, KNG coming in, helping out his buddy, and now it's reset 3-3, tied up. And despite Fnatic, of course, winning the pistol, I'm actually, or taking that early lead, I should say, I'm actually more impressed by Immortals, because they've been handling this one a bit better, in my opinion, than Fnatic have.
Yeah, no, Immortals are really kind of scary right now, I'm not gonna lie. Like, watching them play, I'm a little bit scared. Like, you don't often see teams having, the balls to play like this against Fnatic. You get punished. And they're not. All right, here we go. How much more can you do, Bolts? You flashed up, you're blind. He's just taking a hope, a prayer, and this time JW wins out. This time he doesn't fail or fall. He's got this. Now 4 alive. Still a double AWPs into practice, so you can't think this round is over, even though we all know the percentages of winning rounds after just the first pick.
Yeah.
Just goes incredibly high.
Even the best teams are around 40% now. Chances of winning when you lost that first player. And 3 smokes remaining on the CT side. Still doable, but if Fnatic play out the time and just bait this one out, but Henny's position is so good.
I assume they'll bait the corner if they try and jump around this, if they go for it. Or they can fall back to a B, but they have no play, no step towards B either. So they're going to have to kind of... Okay, they've got all their smokes, though. They've got 5 smokes and a molly, so it's still not the worst. They've got 1 molly down to either short for the fast play through it. I doubt they'll go for that. We'll see if Dennis... No, It's on Olofmeister. Where is he right now?
They just need to smoke off upper for the rotation and then Molo one of the
like barrels maybe,
yeah,
but something like that.
Yeah, it's either one of them, but I don't think it's going to be a problem because they're just holding defensively graffiti and such. So they need to use the smokes now.
Yeah, it's only rifles here too. Neither of the Orbs are actually on this yet. Now they're coming around. KNG's going to be there. Steel can play this out so well. That smoke is very good for him. 4 players here from Fnatic and they're making their way towards the site. Bomb will be planted pretty soon. And here comes the challenge. Olofmeister hears it. He charges through the smoke and he gets the frag. And that's going to put Immortals on the back foot now.
3v5 retake. This is where they start to doubt themselves, and now they should rotate away. There's no reason to challenge anymore, but stocking graffiti, there's nothing you can do. Lucas 1v4 definitely should save here, but trying to go for it, trying to make the hero play 1v4.
Look, all heroes, you know, need to take the mask off sometimes and just chill out a little bit. That's a little too far. Fnatic, though, fight back, and they needed that. Otherwise, it felt impossible. It started to feel like Immortals just had a different way of playing. They were playing on that level you can't really beat. Sadly, it began like this, though. Bolt just getting outdone was pretty unfortunate in a way. He got flashed, and then JW just had that pure drop in him. He was already pre-firing it, trying to get that connection, so instantly into his position.
Now, the confidence is back on JW. He has picked up the AWP. Full setup. Utility-wise for the terrorists on the CTs. Still missing a bit, but still have double AWP set up on KNG and Henny. Ready to do damage. Krem's already now in a good position, having that short B control. And with the bomb being dropped that far back and the rest of the team staying behind that imaginary line we can draw on the map. As you can see to the top left, they're all standing back apart from Krems. They're just waiting and holding and playing down the time. And then at some point they're going to pick up the bomb and start looking for the execute. Patient play.
And it's a nice approach considering the Immortals have been so aggressive. It's going to, allow them to get away. They've got enough utility, they can just molly off wherever they need to go afterwards, so it kind of cuts out some of the time you lose going for that early information play. But what is Krims up to? No way, Krims, this is so good. Krims has got so far, and now he can just relay information. He doesn't need to take any shots, but Lucas? What? That felt like it could have been so much more, but he sees the information, sure. But can they get past Henny? This time he misses, he backs away. There's still a player on long just behind him. Oh, the pinch is real. Olofmeister, superior positioning, great mindset. Bolt sprays in, gets him, and there is still a rotate to be seen. That's from KNG, quick to the site. And now Fnatic need to hit this one and hit it fast.
So smoke's landing towards stairs, and Bolt is still in a good position. Lucas trying to wrap in from behind, but now it's KNG. And he's around Car, and Bolt's pushing out long, but there's one player remaining on Fnatic's side, and that's Flushing. He's already began the rotate, but so has one of the CTs. And there's no smoke, no flash, no nothing for Flushing to get into the bomb site. Okay, they can bang him through here, but I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to play for the full retake.
KNG, please don't drop the ball on this. Flusher loves these moments. You give him a chance to go do it. They're both there. Flusher, I've seen you win these. He sprays in on one, but he can't get it done. Bolt will find him in the end as KNG drops down to get the defuse, but another close round hit. 30 and 40 HP on those two guys. Imagine if he just got the kill on the AWP and then could battle one of them on 40 HP. It's a nice flank, but Shakurin 2 made it happen. And Lucas, once again, like, he's been playing so well this game. Not just in this map, but especially on map 1. He was, if I can remember correctly, he was the top fragger for Immortals, and he was just doing work every single round. Only on 6 hit, leaving it to Bolts to do the top fragging, but still, such a solid player for Immortals. If you are just tuning in, this is the semi-finals. Awaiting them in the grand finals will be SK, and Olofmeister wants to get there kill by kill, step by step. He wants to make it. If Fnatic win this map, we go to a third. If the Immortals win it, they go to the finals. That's what's on the line here. And DreamHack and KNG, he's been playing a bit of a good game so far, so be careful watching this guy. There's certainly something to be seen.
Fnatic lining up the smokes. Right now they're just waiting for, I think it's JW making his way to a connector. And that's going to be utility thrown towards that A-bomb side. But KNG's position here, if they want to go aggressive on short, it's going to be hard. And look at that. Oh no, KNG just executes his teammate and dies off. That is the worst thing that could happen for Immortals. Now the side is open.
Yeah, Fnatic gonna love that smile on their face as they go in there like, thank you so much for the freebie. No worries. And Henny and Bold to the left just gutted after this, surely.
In the immortal words of Mr. Paul Red-Eye Challenger, just roll out a welcome and just give them the site. Doesn't even matter anymore. Henny's still trying to make it work. And it is happening. He's in a 1v2.
Doesn't have a kit though.
Nope. Smoke on the bomb though. Wants to go for the kills instead. Finding Dennis surely yet, but not going to be able to lock that down. Fnatic winning a much needed round.
This is quite close, and the closer it gets, the scarier it gets, right? Because you look at this way, the CT's money is going to be pretty tough. Now, we know that they love that double AWP setup on the CT side. Now, oh, that's horrible to see. He just took the shot. It was tunnel vision in, you know what I mean? Like, it's unfortunate to happen, but it doesn't really make much of a difference. They'll be okay. But yeah, it's a scary situation. They don't have that smooth money right now.
Nope. Wait and see. Just going to go down here. Timeout taken by the Immortals. And their coach, Zach, in the ears right now. I've been around for a long time, Zach. I still remember the first time the Immortals, they made it when they just signed with the organization. They came to Inferno Online in Stockholm in Sweden. I was there for another tournament back there managing a team. And he was there and we had a nice chat about coming to Europe and the plans for Immortals, and they're grand, their plans, and this could be a step in the right direction for them, getting into this final.
Very much so. Let's see the approach to the anti-eco from Fnatic, though. Oh, a stack towards B from Immortals, fast down short too. Not sure if the steps were heard here. Molly towards Bolt. Gives him a little bit of a lick on the foot there. 10 HP gone. Dennis gets away. Nicely played out by Dennis. Beautiful movement. Just on the shot well, doesn't waste any of his bullets, and considering that was a stack, they played it off so calm.
Yeah, pixel perfect. Dennis with the triple, survives with 4 HP and 6-4 to Fnatic, fighting their way back in map 2. And yeah, that's just looking good. I know it's eco frags, but still, it is a beautiful sight to see Dennis just spraying away with that AK-47.
Now going forward, the Immortals, the timeout now should be where it's applied, the theory that they came up with, but look at the...
It's not a great buy.
No, but then again, there's 2 Mac 10s against them.
Yeah.
Steel doesn't have any armor, though.
Steel doesn't have any armor.
What? And he's on the M4? What the hell is this buy? KNG, though, going to try and tip the scales back to their favor. Bit of a flash comes in. Oh, Flusher, what a beast. Oh, Henny, that's the answer you need. Put him back in their place. As Bolts now might hear those steps towards along. He's definitely going to hear them now, but it's only one. It's all but a ruse. A clever fake play. 2 players still slowly working towards B for the Fnatic side.
B's completely open right now. Steel is the one closest by, and he's rotated towards that A-bomb side, and they're just going to walk in, get that bomb down. Olaf is rotating now, and definitely going to get the bomb down for free. The question is, how good are the post-plant positions going to be, and how long are Immortals going to give them on the rotate, because they have to retake this together. Definitely got to have someone around the AWP. Henny can't be alone, close range. So, there we go. Dennis trying to make it work. Olaf has spotted one. That's Henny going down. As I said, like, leave the AWP alone. He's not going to win that duel.
Still needs to back out from this as well. He has no armor. He does have the M4, and Bolts has armor and a UMP. You might as well back away from this and look towards the next couple of rounds. Fnatic's starting to pick up the pace here, starting to look a little bit more diligent. You know, get the machine rolling more than anything. It's looking a little oiled up now and ready to go, but until this point, it was a little bit shaky for a while, but the Immortals have kind of lost a little bit of that flair that they seem to have come into this with.
Yeah, they're not pushing aggressively, doing weird stuff anymore, and Crim's even punishing Steel there, and that was a lost M4.
Yeah.
No armor, not helping him out either. And the Immortals, can they bounce back into this one? This is their map choice. Could this be another scenario where the teams just trade maps, take each other's map, and then move on to the third one, which you know is a good one for both of them? Right now, Immortals not buying up, of course, around the saved UMP 45. Everyone's on pistols, and they're just looking to the next round. So they're happily gifting this half to Fnatic, making, or trying to make their way after Fnatic are going to reach 8 rounds. Of course, you always hope for something, but with the buy they're having currently on the CT side, Immortals, it's going to be very hard for them to do anything in this round.
Yeah, incredibly unlikely. It's just a nice, should be a clean round for Fnatic. Underpass could be contested, but yeah, think Bolts can make much of a fight of this. Ooh, that's a bit awkward. Lucas going to swing out a good time, but that should feed Crims. Bit of information passed, and JW well aware of what's going on, and they make the play together. Very nicely done. The timing works well for Fnatic here.
So, yeah, just spawning over, but that's not the way Harris are going. That one player's already up, and then it's JW, and he might punish them now because the push is coming in, but he missed the spray. Lucas with the 5-7, Denny's taking the revenge pack though. KNG and Henny still remaining. USP in hand and the Dream.
But this position is kind of scary. There we go. Dennis 180's around. It's okay.
He's not only good with pistols, he's also good against pistols with an AK. He's just good, Dennis.
Just, yeah, I think overall, just a good player.
Just a nice guy.
We are going to be going back into a buy here, so...
Okay, Bolts using JW's tricks against him with the auto shotty. Interesting.
I guess Underpass isn't that bad with it either.
No, especially on connected. It's actually quite good, I would say. It's kind of like playing it on Ivy or playing it on Pop Dog on Train. Many positions where you can actually make that weapon work, and at least straight 1-for-1. Most of the time also 1-for-1 plus damage, 2-for-1.
Yeah, but great pressure applied now towards Henny. They've already taken over Party, so the more they take over, the less Bolts has. But yeah, he's fought his way out. That's a gun he can now upgrade to. And you can see that Henny still wants to help him, but he's lost too much control over here. Flush is going to hear all this and be a little bit more careful of Underpass, possibly.
That's unlucky.
Yeah, that's not great, but it's fine. He gets out of here. Now, Henny's going to see some pressure coming his way. A little bit of play down long. You're going to rotate a couple of players over, but keep your eyes towards Crims as well. He's yet to fully commit anywhere. This could still be anything but what they expect. He could be like the late lurk. He could be going on the flank. It may not be this huge, intricate plan, but for now, Fnatic do have long control. They have a fair bit of control on this map now. 2
smokes and 2 mollies. If they want to execute towards... Hey, that is the setup that they need. Smoke there, smoke back. Molly truck. And they're already mollying along to clear out that corner position, which is quite nice. So, yeah, smoke bank, smoke stairs, molly truck. If they want to go. But the question is, do they want to go A? They still have Crimson the lurk, and there's not a lot of time remaining, but still some time. And here we go. They're actually rotating around. Smoking now on the opposite side. This could be the fake, actually.
Let's see if they fall for it, though. Now, Steel is here, but hopefully he's got a mind for this.
Yeah, this is
there's
fake.
one shown. They're not moving. Yeah, this is good. The steps have been heard. Did not buy that for a second. Nice try, Fnatic. But your goods will not be sold here. Crim's going to have to just try and save. Keep that AK for another day, because 5 alive for Immortals with the double AWP up is good for the money.
Immortals not going directly for the hunt. They still want to bolster their economy, and with 5 weapons they will do so very well in this round. 8-5, still in favor of Fnatic, but as Fnatic grinded rounds back on the first map of Inferno, Immortals now have that task at hand here in Overpass.
Yeah, but you've got a feeling that Fnatic are playing hard right now. They want to get to those finals, but a pitch towards mid coming through here. Boost towards short on B allows a little bit of support towards the players if they want. It's going towards Underpass, but the flash is going to deny Bolts, who's just up towards the right, tucked in. Do a deeper angle, maybe a one and done if it is checked on properly. Hard to back out.
Oh, this combination is so good.
It is very hard. Now, the smoke's going to kind of eliminate Henny, at least from the situation, but Bolts is still there.
Yeah, now they have almost a crossfire.
Oh, and it's played him in so well. Bolts, he gets the spray. Dennis punished so thoroughly. Molly in. Just denies anyone else pushing out through Underpass. He backs away before Olaf can strike. And that is a huge early impact from Bolts.
Yeah, they just play so well in unison in these duos here, Immortals. We saw that on that B-bomb side on Inferno as well. Just every single round they played. Say not a crossfire position, but kind of like more of a doubled up position. And it just works out well for them most of the time. And now they're in a 5v3 situation, and Fnatic, they're looking, well, they're asking, what can we do, really? How are we going to get back into this round? Trying to use their utility to get something done, but this has also been heard by Bolts, so he's going to come into the back of Olaf right now. Olaf is dead.
Yeah, very much so. They're still pretty encouraged to be hit more than anything, try to pick up the pace to catch him off for a second, but Bolts, the timing now, they turn on him. They snap back, but would they expect Henny to be here so quick? He can just watch these stairs. And oh, they still shot a beat. Crims finds KNG. We're back to a 3v2. This becomes possible. Steel is still by those barrels, and Crims is doing the dance right around it, but there it is. The final 2 shut it down. And now we're back in territory where the scoreline isn't so drastic.
Immortals can get to round 7 in this first half, which is not bad at all, but still leaving everything open here for half number 2. Fnatic with a decent buy as well, so it's not like it's the end of the world.
No, it's fine.
It's actually as they would probably like it. The only upgrade could be JW on an ult, but they don't really need that if they have an execute in mind.
Nade goes in, JW on the receiving end.
He's receiving so many nades today, it's insane.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You look at Inferno, whenever he tried to play towards Banana, double nade to him. But very, very quick underpass control exerted by Fnatic here. They want to maybe do something a little bit faster possibly towards B, or maybe punish that early investment looking for information from Immortals, but at the moment they don't really get much out of this yet.
Preston's definitely being shown now.
Damage
short. And, well, Immortals have a good idea of where Fnatic are. They don't have an idea of what they want to do specifically, but they have rotated, well, I think that's one, yeah, still close, and then one at Heaven as well. So 2 players on this A bomb site, and 1 at Graffiti as well, being able to assist. So technically 3 players on the bomb site right now if Fnatic decide to go in, which is looking like. And this is a good setup for the Brazilians. Good damage being done as well by Steel. Charismatic and great at the game.
Yeah, Smoke goes in again, the one that almost bagged him the kill on towards Overpass not too long ago, but 4 players coming in through Monster. Lucas waits in the wings. He can't get the spray on the first, and Fossil will succeed, but the follow-up is a little too far. Back and forth we go into a 3v3, but the bomb yet to be planted. This could still work out well, but the last 2 men in standing for the Immortals are the Orbs, and Dennis and Olofmeister set the round on fire. And it's just Henny left. 1v2, bomb planted, 23 HP, and opener 5-7. It doesn't get much harder than this, but Dennis is low. But they're watching.
Yeah, they know
with
exactly where it's
Eagle.
coming from.
Oh, did he just step? They didn't hear it. They're backing away from this. This could be... Oh god, he's seen him. Dennis, did you see him? Dennis didn't see him. Now he knows what's going on, but round up and above is not an angle you're going to expect. The molly just goes too deep, and there's the half. Fnatic lead on the half as well, which... You know, it felt like it wasn't going to be possible. After the last map, you know, feeling a little down, you come into a map that's so favorable for Immortals. Fnatic fight their way through.
Yeah, definitely, and 9-6 half is not too bad. They went into the first map, got smacked. Close game, but nonetheless, considering that they should have won that, going out, taking the break, and now coming back into the game, revitalized. And that's what I like to see, because it's always heartbreaking to see a team just fall apart. But this has not been the case for Fnatic. They have risen again.
Yeah, they have rose to the occasion. At least into this map. I need to see more though. It feels when you've got a team like Immortals on a map like this, it's just waiting till they really kick into gear. That may not be the case at all. That may never seemingly happen, because Fnatic are playing a very good game. Still, one half stands in the way here of either the all-Brazilian final, or the Swedes having a chance to get that first title back under their belt after truly coming back together. And what a better place to do it than in Sweden. Just a home crowd beside them. They lead on the half. The third map lingering in the distance. But the Immortals don't want that. They want it here. They want it now. They're now on the T side, Fnatic on the CT side. And we're underway in the second half.
No utility at all. Just all armor and Glocks and speed. Coming out for the Immortals. Fully on rushing.
Now, Dennis going to have to back away from this. A lot of information gathered. They're just going to go for this one. The Glocks are charging. Only armor as well. Dennis, though, going to do Dennis things and take the fight.
He's not afraid at all. Well, perhaps he should be, as he's taking out Henny and Lucas, both with 1. And Crims answering back.
Now, the bomb going down. Fnatic have 3 players playing back in from not the same necessary area, but no one on the flank, no one to make them uncomfortable in these after-plant positions. Immortals might just have this one. Let's see how well Bolts can play this off. He's the first port of call. He shows his position, that's fine. Now he's going to be pitched. Can he get any more information? Can he find where the other 2 are? He wants to do as much as he can before he dies, because he will be the first one down, but wow, he's buying so much time. Great play. Oh, and he put... Oh, Bolts! What a moment to deliver. Not only staying alive, buying time, and being a nuisance to Fnatic, but then finding 2 kills.
And Knuckles being exchanged there. What a round from Immortals to force it back. The Glock train full speed ahead, and this one from Bolts. Perfect.
That could be an absolute sabotaging moment towards Fnatic.
Fnatic.
Yeah. Oh dear. The Scout, the CZ. You just don't want to get tagged if you're Immortals. That's the thing, though. You see, they're like, as soon as you get like 50 damage done to you, nah, I'm alright. Someone else can go. I'll just save.
Here we go. Still missing utility in Lucas, but he does have that AK-47 and head armor. All of them have head armor this time around, of course, since they know they're not up against like a big buy. They know the pistols are dangerous. One tap with that C-85 and you're in trouble. Same with the Scout. Still just waiting this one out. Slowly but surely edging their way. Immortals just don't want to give anything away for free.
It's hard to find this out, right? Because you don't want to play to the range of the Scouts. You don't want to be, you know, taking fights up close to the CZs. There's no easy way to play this. You have to play it like a default round, right?
Yep.
Try and play this out as smart as you can. Feel out the game. And it looks like they're going to try and maybe swing back towards B, considering where the bomb's going. You do have bolts there already, but a close play towards short as well, coming out from Olofmeister at this point. So he might get information here. If he can siphon that back through, if someone makes a step, makes a noise, that piles back through.
Right now, flush it.
Oh, the nade! That was perfect. Steal, Bolt, and Lucas both low.
Yep, Olofmeister taken out. Lucas with the frag. JW coming in close range. The C-set 75. Trying to make that happen. Dennis with one as well. And JW's position is so good right now, but Crim's just taking them down. And now KNG all alone. 1v3. Knows the position of at least one in heaven. Checks for JW, but he won't be killed. The Wonder Child with 2. And Fnatic stepping it back with, well, a very Fnatic-esque buy.
Yeah, nullifying any hope that was building for Immortals in that round. Once the information came through, that nade doing so much work. 3 players basically got completely ripped to shreds on it. And now Immortals sent back a fair amount here. Down to the Tech 9s, a bit of a deagle or 2. Not surprising to see it work out in these sort of games. They've just had it done to them, so that's how surprising it is. It happens a lot. This could be, again, a bit of a pinch towards people. These mollies are just all-encompassing, aren't they? Kind of stuck there at this point, playing back out. No quick hit this time.
Tech 9 and Deagle for Immortals. Currently behind with 3 rounds and need something to bring them back into the game. Probably not going to be this one. I'm looking at the next buy round as the next big chance to break it back into the game, but 3 flashbangs and a smoke. With an execute and an opening. If they get the opening on either Flushy or his teammate, I think that's Crim's down towards Monster. Yes, it is. It's going to be horrific to hold against Tech 9s that are just swarming the bomb site. And Lucas, even long range with the Deagle, could do damage. But they're not being allowed in. Oh, Olaf is rotating now. They're kind of fearing this. The rotate coming in, but it's not. Immortals is still staying. They're going to execute B.
Yeah, they are. It's a matter of time. Here comes the first flash. He doesn't actually blind up Flusher at all. It plays in Crim's well. He sprays in, praying for his life, but there's that Deagle coming in towards the back. A quick push, though, from Henny. Tries to secure some ground. We've got to be careful now. This is where everything comes back in. Dennis fighting back, biting back for Fnatic. And again, strikes hard as Lucas now in the 1v3. Deagle to hand. And hope is limited here.
This is impossible.
Yes, it is.
Will be taken out. Fnatic grabbing yet another one, and now taking a bit of a bigger lead. But as I said, this was not the round that they were banking on Immortals. The next buy round is going to be what's up. And if Fnatic can take that as well, that's beautiful by Dennis, by the way. If Fnatic can take the upcoming buy round also, they're looking fine. Right now, no pistol armor, just pistols. That makes sense. And couple of Deagles is all Immortals have to do anything with that. Actually, I like the decision once again to just go for the pistol instead of go for the force buy with perhaps 2 UMP 45s and lacking utility on the AKs. They want a full buy here because they know what kind of damage they can do with an absolute full buy.
Absolutely. Bolts. Let's get tagged. JW as well. Gonna find Lucas there. Slowly but surely. Well, I say slowly, it's not slowly. 2 players have actually made it through on lock, but Olofmeister quickly to rotate, and Dennis well aware that's a possibility after the corporate came out. So, really for Immortals, not too much done, but their investment was light here. And Fnatic, a very clean, well played out round.
Alright, this is it. 12-7 for Fnatic. Buy round coming up. If Fnatic wins this one, they're going to be in 13. Loss spawn is still going to be a thing, of course, for Immortals, so they're going to have money to buy an okay set of weaponry, but it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be what they have right now. Fnatic, just a few rounds, 2 full buy rounds, in my opinion, away from taking this map and bringing us onto Mirage, the third and final one. Can they do it? That's the question.
We're about to find out. Dennis going hunting with the scout. Does get the tag, but not the frag to follow. So falling back. Tail between legs in case there was a pinch coming in through underpass. Lucas and KNG might have considered it, but didn't go for it.
Bolts on short. 2 guys now focusing on that area. Flusher knows it. Making sure that they are just not waltzing into the bomb site. Making his presence known. Actually not taking too much damage from that nade. Only 7 HP.
The end of the world. Bombs being hyper passive here as well. They're not making their minds up on where they will go. KNG is really wanting to go at that B side though.
Yeah, KNG hasn't been playing so well on Overpass, which is actually quite surprised. But then again, it's very hard to utilize his style of ulting on a map like this. So, especially on the C side. So he's picked up the AK, but we know he's pretty good with the AK as well, so he should be able to do more than what he's doing right now. This is good though.
Yeah, and they're winning out on different areas of the map. They've got a frag by A, one by B. They're really weakening Fnatic across the board. Flushing out forced back, but fights back into it. KNG will fall to his hand. The bomb is slowly working its way around towards B, where Flusher waits patiently. He hears the shots, he calls for support, and he gets it. Olaf Meister, though, falls by the wayside. Flusher wants to make this happen, and he's just around the corner. Flusher, he's right next to them. He sprays him, but Lucas, too aware, too smart, gets the job done.
All right. Immortals bringing it back. It's not going to be as easy as Fnatic perhaps hoped it would be. It's 2 buy rounds and then on to the third one. Nope. Says Immortals. That's the first one. That's a dual one on B. That's Dennis jumping out with the scout but not landing the shots. And Lucas ending up on a good amount of frags as well. Just taken out. Player straight in the smoke. That was Flusher. Once again, Fnatic with a full buy. The round they had before was not good, but that is classic JW things.
Yeah, that's real brutality. Just going straight in, gets the job done, out of there. Really, really nice. That's a big impression to be made quite early on. He's gone towards the Guardian stairs. It's in towards these, you get a great angle. You've got some safe angles to work with. Fullbacks falls back away from it, though.
Here we go. Henny on the AWP on the other side. KNG already been taken out. Might do battle with JW in a second or 10. Still setting up though. Immortal still having one player who has to rotate bombs. Coming from the other bomb site. Making his way on towards that A. And then just slowly but surely waiting. But Dennis in the anti-flash position in the corner. JW with the AWP who can spot at the first one. See if he can adjust well. I think that just spotted JW. Look at that. Perfect from him. And even if he loses that duel, Dennis is right there next to him, ready to revenge him. Smoke's being thrown. Look at this fight from Dennis.
JW.
J-Dubs.
Gets tagged, looking back away. Nade doesn't quite reach yet, and Dennis on the prowl, on the hunt. Gets the flank, Bolts goes down, instantly attention turns.
Wait.
Okay, that got a little scary then.
Yeah, JW survives with 7 HP. That was... Well, I got worried there a bit. 2 frags coming in and JW only on a 7. That could have gone differently, but no. Fnatic steps up to the plate. Takes yet another round, and this was the opening. That's so beautiful.
And let's put it this way, it looks like both teams are winning on each other's maps so far.
Yep.
It's really confusing. God knows what happens on Mirage if we get there. It's still 8-13. There is a window of opportunity closing for Immortals in their face as we speak. Money's beginning to dwindle as well. Fnatic stand strong and starting to come into their own, feeling confident and looking good. Clean kills coming through. Flusher gets a bit of attention, more than he'd like, so backs away towards site.
Olaf. Oh, trying to double nade out. Bolts down to 7 HP. Very lucky that he still has his life intact. Nope. Flush in the boys. Holding strong on that B bomb site. Bomb still dropped, as we can see on the minimap. No decision being made yet. Immortals just want to scout out. See if they can find any CTs prowling. Being too aggressive, but no. This is something that I really like from Fnatic because they're playing defensive, they're playing conservative, and that's, in my opinion, something that they needed in the playbook in order to be like a top team once again. They needed to be able to play all styles of Counter-Strike, and This is what they're doing right now. They can choose between playing the aggressive CT, the aggressive T, and now also the defensive CT side where they just hold back and just wait for their angles. And this is exactly what they need right now.
Comes flashes, couple of mollies. The hit's got to be following soon, but Flusher in a really good position. Gets flashed out eventually, but the Immortals are falling like flies. Finally, they fight back. Steel and KNG, the only ones to do so. Oh, this happens. The bomb's been planted. Oh, this is all good as hell. Steel almost gets 2, but on the bomb side, there is still Flusher and Bolts with 7 HP in a dream at this point. You're not getting much done as the molly, nade, whatever. Pick whatever way you want to take him down. Fnatic are going to make it to 14. It looks like they're going to win on each other's maps as we speak.
Yeah, it looks like we are going all the way in the semi-final. And once again, the semi-finals at a DreamHack living up to the hype. As Fnatic are looking strong as ever. In Overpass, looking to take us to Mirage. As we are making our way into round number 23. Fnatic 2 rounds away from that third map. Immortals, they're going to play for overtime here. Some of them only investing in a single pistol. So trying to get the best out of this one. At this point, I actually think the thought process behind Immortals is just, let's just tire them out and take as many rounds as we can. And then go on the third map, because at this point, you can't... the hope isn't gone, but realism kicks in.
Especially considering where your money's at, right?
Yeah.
It's like you can't ignore the fact that they're in front of you. And especially when GW's starting to warm up. You know, he's starting to get a little bit fired up here. Landing shots that really do count. And the Fnatic fans are starting to become a little bit rowdier. They're starting to see some hope. They just witnessed Fnatic lose on the first, and it was sullen, it was quiet. But now, coming alive on the second, Fnatic have hope.
Yeah, here we go. Fnatic on the brink of map number 3. Shoddy by from Immortals, but they have the AKs, they have one Galil, and JW, they're not peeking him here again.
He's lesson learned.
Yeah, they've learned their lesson. Look at that. He's literally trying to hold the pixel spot right now.
How do you fight against that sort of angle?
KNG knows he can't challenge that.
Oh,
and
he tried it.
Do it anyway. Dies out, of course. JW actually removed there from Steel, but double frag from Steel. The refrag doesn't come in from Dennis. I feel like that's a bit of a failure there from Dennis. He should have had that one on lockdown. We know how good he is, and that was not on point. Olofmeister fragging it back though. 3v3, lining up the smokes here for the A take. One player coming on towards the long, and that's of course the AWP. Crims knows this, so he's smoking it off.
Now we wait. Immortals need to make their mind up, find an approach, wait for the smoke to fade, and maybe Henny can do some work here. But Fnatic aren't exactly playing actively on the side either. They're quite far back here. Yeah. Olofmeister's still on B as well. Smoke's going to come in. They're going to know it's time to actually rotate. Pull the players over. Crims by bank. Might have the challenge going through soon.
Rotate isn't fully in yet, but now it's coming. Immortals, they get the bomb plant for free. Now it's 3v3 retake. Nade and Molo on Olofmeister. No utility on the terrace though.
No, absolutely not. They're going to hold this one down dry now. Henny does at least have the AWP, so that certainly lends to the aspect here, but to be watching for the bank, yeah, that's a nice position for it. It will allow at least 2 of the players to get through pretty free, but he doesn't actually land the shot. This is now becoming a little problematic. Look at Flusher. He pushes forward. He knows he needs to remove one of these guys, but Steel already strikes towards his teammate. But Flusher is doing the dash. Oh, brilliance from Flusher. Henny gets him in the back, but on the bomb, time is running out. Henny can just do this, and there's still hope alive for the Immortals.
What a clutch round coming out from Henny there. Misses the shot to bank, one that an AWP of his caliber should be able to hit, but then he makes up for it by getting the frags and saving that round, the last 2 coming in from him. And, great round by Steel. He shouldn't technically be able to grab both of those kills, and he gets a 3rd one as well, so really nice round from him and Henny. And Immortals, hope is still alive. 9-15 is the scoreline right now, and as we talked about, the economy's not good for them. 3 UMP 45s. Fnatic on the other side can afford to buy up almost fully. Crims staying on that UMP 45. The rest of the team on Enforce. Yeah. Every single round here from now on is Fnatic's to win, because they can win the game now. Or not the game, they can win the map, excuse me, and take it to Mirage.
Taken to a 3rd. It opens up a chance for them to still stay into this matchup and make it through to the finals. That's what's in their mind, and kill by kill, with sheer focus and determination, that's what they're doing. Flusher now waiting. So that smoke, 3 more players to run the gauntlet and give it one last big try. KNG gonna do everything he can, and now Flusher knows he's still on this side somewhere. This smoke could contain him. That flash could have been the next threat. They're both blind, and oh, this is ring of roses here. KNG makes it around the back though. Oh. No, Flusher well aware, not gonna let it slip. It's all on Henny. This could be going to the 3rd map. Fnatic somehow picking this up on a map that is not their own. They walk into the Immortals' den and do exactly what the Immortals did just to their moment to go on Inferno. As Henny creeps his way in, knowing pressure is mounting with every second. There's JW, Flusher, and Dennis are all waiting by.
Flusher might even go for the peek here. Henny misses it, and that has to be the end, but no! Henny's still 32 HP. We'll have a chance to get the bomb down here, but JW with the AWP. Is he going to go for the peek as well? JW not peeking. What's his position? Shut down with the molotov, but still, CT coming in from short.
Oh god, there it is! JW steals and secures a chance for Fnatic to still make it to those finals. We're tied up at 1-1 now. This is what we wanted, that best of 3 series, but we did not expect it in this fashion.
Definitely not. Now, we are going to see Mirage. That will be the final battleground for these 2 teams. To find out who's going to make it to the grand final, where, of course, SK Gaming waits. It's one of the best teams in the world. These 2 teams are battling for a chance to beat them.
Well, it's certainly been a tough one so far. Both teams winning on each other's maps, and now going into, I guess, the most neutral ground between them. And I don't know what to say. JW's starting to warm up, which is the scary factor for me. He's starting to look more and more on point. Flush is showing a lot. We saw KNG having moments on Inferno, but where was he on Overpass?
Yeah, he was not to be seen, to be honest. And that's one of the factors I need to see from Immortals, because he's been so on point this entire tournament for them, and he's been one of the difference makers, one of the reasons why they're in the semi-finals. So he has to show up here, or else they're not going to make it to the grand final.
Exactly that. So we're going to head to a quick commercial break just so the players can have a quick second to think things over, to get themselves ready for that final battle before the finals themselves. Guys, do stay tuned. We'll be back in a sec.